Hello and welcome to the video. In this video we're going to take a look at another set of motors. Now in the last couple of weeks I did look at these Emax motors here, and these Emax motors along with these actually are designed for much higher voltage batteries, so they're relatively low kV. The Emax motors were 1600 I think, if I remember rightly. These green things here are actually 1275 kV. So these are again designed for 6S packs, but I'm really interested because these low kVs are kicking about. Can we use them on 3 or 4S and actually get them swinging something like a nice 7-inch two-bladed prop for efficiency to give us a lovely long flight time? So I've got these in for comparison, because a big part of the upcoming series where we're going to build this endurance quad is going to be less about the particular frame and flight controller and ESCs and whatnot that we're using. It's going to be more about making sure that we're choosing the most efficient motor and prop combo for the battery and weight of the model. And it's a very fine balancing act. We need to make sure that we have enough thrust so that the model will perform well, but also that that thrust has a really good efficiency, i.e. how many grams we get for each watt of power that the battery is going to have to supply. So let me very quickly go through the specs of these motors that we'll use in the testing along with those Emax motors to figure out what the best option for us is. These are Racerstar BR2508S. These are the green edition. You can get them in green and red, and these are 1275 kV. You see, unfortunately my box has got a little bit squashed in the post, but luckily these motors are pretty hard to squish. Looking at the specs, it is about a 21.5 by 30.5 millimeter. The interesting thing of these is they're pretty heavy. They're about 44-45 grams, which is a lot heavier than those Emaxes. So they're going to have to be a little bit more efficient in order for them to be a choice for the quadcopter. But again, we can test that when we get to that part in the series. And nicely, the guys at eSheen have actually published a bit of thrust data, which I'm disappointed to say the guys at Emax haven't got round to doing. Now the thrust data is kind of useful, but it isn't really telling me what I need to know. It's talking about with a 1275 kV motor set, which is the ones that I've got in here, with a 4S battery, a 14.8 volt pack, with 6 by 4.5 inch blades. It's only pulling 21 amps, and it's giving about 2.8 grams per watt and producing about 880 grams of thrust. Now that should be more than enough for what we're looking at, and again we'll cover that more when we get into the testing bit later in the series. But I'm interested in what it's going to pull like putting a 7-inch prop, so probably a 7 by 4.5, and running up some tests on 3S and 4S and seeing how many amps it runs. The thing I'm really interested in is that efficiency, because that number at the top of that little chart is still using a 3-bladed prop, and 3-bladed props will always be less efficient than a 2-bladed prop. So the only option that we've got here is actually to get our own thrust data. So let me show you the other thing that I've got in that we're going to have to use as part of the series. Again, I'll put links to both these bits if you're interested. So I've had to invest in one of these little babies. Now I've never had to go to the extent of getting one of these things in, and what this is this allows you to mount the motor with the prop on the end, clamp it to the desk, and then using something like a watt meter in line with the battery, as well as something like a servo tester to provide the PWM pulses for the ESC to run the motor, we'll get an idea of what the efficiency looks like. And all this actually is, it looks jolly complicated, but it's really not. If you turn it on, there's a AA batteries that you have to put inside. All it is just a weigh scale, just like the one that you have in the kitchen or the bathroom, but this time it's measuring the pull in that direction. So as the motor pulls and produces thrust, we'll be able to read it here on the screen, and then hopefully we'll be able to get an idea of how much thrust we're getting. We'll be able to get the wattage and the amps that are being pulled from the watt meter, and we'll be able to run a series of tests with both this motor and the Emax motor to decide which is the best bet. And what I'll do is I'll put all those results in a nice table and publish them, so for all of you that are interested in also making some kind of endurance build, you'll have something for reference. So join me in the next couple of videos in the series where as I start to get this rig together, we can do some testing and figure this out. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, again, for the particular frame that you're interested in or the particular flight controller you want to look at, then do let me know. The reaction to this series has been fantastic. There's obviously not just me sat here wanting to fly for more than 7 minutes and going back to where the hobby started before we all got completely obsessed with the whole racing drone 5-inch phenomenon. So a massive thank you to everyone that took the time to get in touch and just talk about how interested they are about this. At the moment, where my head's at, we'll probably end up using an Flynoceros Ether 8-inch frame. That's the one I'm kind of interested in. That is going to be a very similar build to the build that we did in one of the recent quadcopter building for beginners series. It's going to have slightly longer arms. I'm going to use a micro camera on that one, and the build itself is probably going to be very much about minimum weight so that we can have the maximum flight time available. So anyway, join me in the next couple of videos as I investigate this and work all this out, and hopefully we'll end up with a quadcopter that we can test to see whether or not we can actually get some decent flight times with these new low kV motors designed for 6S batteries, but you're running them on 3 or 4S with a nice 2-bladed prop. If you found that video useful or like the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to go the extra step, you can become a Patreon of the Painless 360 channel and help provide support for what I do here. All the videos created here are put into playlists, so if you're interested in a particular topic, have a look at the playlist, and they all are organised in there to make them easier to use. If you're not sure if there's a video for your particular problem or topic you want to know more about, then add Painless 360 to the Google search term that you're interested in, and that should find the video, article or content about the particular thing that you're interested in having a look at.